Hi guys, my name is Megan and welcome to the start of another weekly reading vlog. So it is August 5th, which is a Wednesday, and I have not posted a reading vlog in over a month. So in July, I was traveling a lot and then some of my travel plans went awry. So I really didn't have the time or really the motivation to do a reading vlog, but it is my last week of summer vacation. I go back to work Monday, kind of getting ready for the new school year. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to do like a last week of summer vacation reading vlog. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm currently reading and what I might want to start reading this week or half a week to see if maybe I can finish a book by the time I start work. So currently I am reading Words of Radiance by Brandson Sanderson. This is book 2 in the Stormlight archives, and I am participating in Storm Along 2020. So if you're interested in learning about that, I'll put the announcement video down below. But we are doing a read along where we're trying to get caught up on the Stormlight archives before Rhythm of War comes out in November. So I'm currently on chapter 17, about 250 pages into the book, and wow, we have been introduced to so much more information about what's going on with this world. Definitely just a lot going on in the first 200 and so pages. We are not going to finish this book in August. We're going to read up to the halfway point in August and then the other halfway point in September, because this book is over 1,000 pages. So that does make me feel better that I'll be able to read a little bit more in August since I don't have to finish this behemoth in 1 month. So I have a couple options about what I want to pick up next. So if you did not check out my August TBR, I did go ahead and put Vengeful on my TBR. This was for the prompt, read a book I meant to read last year. And I do want to read Vengeful. I enjoyed Vicious, and I don't know if I'm really in the headspace to read it right now because I actually did start this book at one time. And it starts off with kind of like a violent situation where a husband is beating his wife. And I don't know if I really want to start with a violent book. I don't think the whole book is going to be violent, but I just kind of have to be prepared to read something that starts off violently, and I don't really know if that's something I want to do this week. So another option I have is Starflight by Melissa Landers. I had put this on my TBR. This is a YA science fiction, and it was for the prompt to start a new series. This is a duology, and this is another book that I do want to read. It sounds like a fun space opera YA with a romance, and it's not very long. But I'm reading 2 sci-fi books this month already. I'm reading Only Human by Sylvan Neuvel and Vengeful, so I don't know if I want a third science fiction book. So we'll see. And then, if you were wondering why it kind of looks different, my setup, we are getting the carpets in the upstairs bedroom professionally steam cleaned in a couple of days. So yesterday we moved all of the furniture out of the rooms upstairs, and that's where my library is and my reading nook. So when I was moving the furniture, I saw a book that kind of called to me, and that was Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is a book that has been on my radar since I got it. It's one that I want to read. And I'm thinking about picking this up instead of Starflight to satisfy the prompt of starting a new series. This is the Founder series, and there's 2 books out as of right now. But Robert Jackson Bennett has written some other fantasy series, and I figured that if he was an author that I really connected with, I'd be able to have more books that I could pick up. But this follows a thief in a world where I think inanimate things can be imbued with magic, and our main character steals an artifact, and then all of these people are after her to kind of get this artifact back. I think that's just the basics of what this book is about. But of course, only me would want to pick up 2 like dense fantasies. But the audiobook was available at my library for this, so I did check it out. And I also have the audiobook for Words of Radiance checked out, and that's good for like another 2 weeks. So that'll help me get through these dense fantasies faster. But I think I'm going to pick this one up instead of Starflight just because I really want to get to it. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm a little hungry. I'm going to go get a snack, something cool and refreshing because it is just so hot outside. and then I'm going to start reading Foundryside, and then I was thinking about going out back and listening to some of my audiobook because we do have a hammock out back that's set up between two of our oak trees, and I don't think I've used it at all this year, and it's kind of overcast out and it's in the shade, so I might go out back and listen to some of my audiobook after I'm done reading some of Foundryside. So those are my reading plans for today, and I will check back in with you guys in a bit. Okay, quick intermission, guys. So I wanted to show you what I'm going to be snacking on. So these are roasted chickpeas with sea salt, and they're organic, and I picked them up at Costco wholesale like a couple weeks ago, and I've never had them before, and they are so good. Like, they are just the perfect healthy munchy snack, especially if you like salty things. So I'm going to be snacking on these bad boys while I continue to read Foundryside. Okay, so I just read the first 2 chapters of Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. It was only like 25 pages, and we definitely jump right into the action. We start off following a thief named Sansia, and she is trying to get into something called a foundry and steal something out of this safe. We don't know what it is, but one thing that I did like is that even though we kind of jump right into the action, the magic system of this book is immediately explained. So there's a couple different magical abilities that we're introduced to in the first 25 pages. So the first one is scribing, but it's basically where you can write these magical commands onto like tablets and then put these tablets on different things, and it causes the things themselves to act differently, and the author describes it as going against reality. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then our main character can put her hand on physical objects and kind of understand them, what they feel physically. And then the inanimate objects kind of talk to her. For example, she can put her hand on a brick wall and she can understand what the brick wall is feeling physically. And then the brick wall will communicate with her, telling her, okay, there's footholds here. You can climb down this way and be safe. So those magical abilities for a thief actually come in handy quite a bit. So yeah, definitely a book that jumped right into the action with the inciting incidents probably going to happen in the next chapter. So for now, I think I'm going to go sit outside in my hammock and listen to some of Words of Radiance, and I might listen to some of Foundryside too. But yeah, it's I want to go out there before the sun kind of goes on the other side of the house, because in the afternoon the sun hits the back side of the house and it gets so hot. So I want to go out there before the sun gets on the west side. So yeah, I'm going to go out back, sit in my hammock, and listen to some of my audiobook. Okay, here is my hammock. As you can see, it's between 2 trees. So even though it's like super hot out, shouldn't be so bad in the shade. So I'm just going to lay and listen to my audiobook for a bit. Enjoy the last week of my summer vacation. Hey guys, so I just finished chapter 17 of Oathbringer, and we were listening from the perspective of Shallan, and without giving anything away, something really unexpected happened like a few chapters ago with regards to Shallan and Yasna, and that really caught me by surprise. But I really like how Shallan, being the scholar she is trying to figure out the relationship between humans and Spren. And since the beginning of this book, we've learned a lot more about Spren and what they are and how they interact with humans and how and why they were important to the Knights Radiant. So I really like that aspect of it. And we also see Shallan kind of coming into her own. She's discovering things about herself. I really like Shallan's storyline. And yeah, it was a good chapter, and I'm looking forward to continuing. I think I'm going to switch to reading Foundryside now because I want to get a little bit more headway in that book, just because I am halfway through where I'm supposed to be for Oathbringer for the month. Like I said, we're going to have to get for Storm Along 2020 up to page 500 and something, and I'm already on page 250 something or more, so I'm already halfway through where I need to be so I can focus more on Foundryside. So I'm going to listen to maybe 1 or 2 chapters of that, and I will check back in with you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so I just finished another chapter of Foundryside, and I'm actually going to head inside because it's thundering in the distance, and I guess it's supposed to rain in a little bit, and I didn't know that it was supposed to rain this afternoon. But In Foundryside in Chapter 3, we learn a little bit more about Sansia and her ability, and the fact that someone actually might have put something inside of her head in order to give her this magical ability. And then she goes so far as to open the artifact that she stole. It was a box, and she finds papers that she reads through, and then she finds the actual artifact, which is a key, and she can actually hear the key talking, and the key introduces itself to her with a name, and that's kind of where the chapter ends. So definitely wasn't expecting that, to have like a funny talking object. And yeah, I'm not really sure where this story is going to go, so I'm just looking forward to getting more immersed in this world and this magic system and this character. And I'll probably read some more tonight, but I'm going to sign off this vlog now, and I may or may check in with you guys later. If not, then I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so I wanted to show you a package I just got of these masks that my mom's friend makes. So when I go back to school in a couple weeks, I'm going to have to wear PPE, including masks or face shields, and my mom's friend makes these. So I wanted to show you, just because this is what we have to do, but I got these cute little designs. So I got this red one here. I got this pink, yellow, and purple floral one here. This cute little pink one here. Purplish design here. This one I really thought was cute. It's a little starfish. And then my favorite one is the kitties, because if y'all don't know, I have 3 cats. So yeah, this is the world we live in now, where we have to wear masks to school, but I figured if we have to do it, then why not wear cute masks? Hey guys, so I just wanted to check back in with you. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to run some errands earlier, but as soon as I got back, I picked up Foundryside again. So I'm about on page 112, and this book is definitely like action, action, action. The first chapter was action. It started off with Sansia trying to steal that artifact, and the action really has not stopped since. But the magic system has definitely been explained a little more. We got introduced to some people that write sigils, and sigils are the things that you write on physical objects in order for them to act how you want them to act and kind of defy their own reality. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and we just got introduced to an object that may be able to kind of render sigils effect ineffective, if that makes sense. So we're getting introduced to all of these different parts of the magic system. We got introduced to some new characters. I think they're called Scravers, and they kind of write sigils in the underground. And then we got introduced to like a constable who is chasing our main character and trying to figure out exactly why she was stealing this artifact. So I'm not really sure if that is a good or bad guy yet. I'm hoping he ends up being a good guy, but I'm not sure. So I will say that I'm intrigued with this book. I'm not loving it, but I'm definitely not hating it, and I'm definitely kind of keep reading. Nothing really about the characters has gripped me yet. I kind of feel like the characters, it's just focused more on the action and not really the characters and them as people, so I don't really feel attached to any of the characters, but the action's good. So, like I said, it's about 3 o'clock. I might read Words of Radiance for a little while. I'm not sure. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I was thinking about taking a nap. We'll see. um, but around 4 o'clock, I'm going to do my Pilates workout, and that's about 40 minutes, and then I'll probably make some dinner. I made Spanish rice last night, and there's still some leftovers, so I'll give that to my husband because there's only enough for one person. And then for me, I was thinking about making, it's like an Italian flatbread, but it's not really a flatbread. It's on a tortilla, but it's really good. It's just a tortilla with some tomato sauce seasoning. I put mushrooms and I put tomatoes, and then the recipe called for spinach, but I substitute spinach with like diced carrots, and then you just bake it with cheese, and it is so good. So I'm thinking about making that for myself, and my husband can have the Spanish rice because he really likes that. But that's really all my plans for the rest of the day, is just to continue reading, do my Pilates, and then make dinner. So I'll check back in with you guys when I've read a little bit more, whether it's Foundryside or Words of Radiance. Hey guys, so today is Friday the 7th, and I just finished a 15-minute leg workout circuit. It's about 11 in the morning, and I wanted to get my workout done early today so that I could spend like the rest of my day reading and working on some of my writing. Oh, that was an intense workout. My legs are shaking. But yeah, so my husband had to go into work today, and then he's going to play golf with some of his friends this afternoon. So I have like the whole day to read. Here's Grayson. So I have like the whole day to read and do some stuff for myself. So yeah, I'm soaking wet. I'm going to shower, and then I think I'm gonna make a chickpea and veggie salad. So I'll show you guys. Thank you. So I'll show you guys my chickpea and veggie salad, and then I think I'm going to do some reading. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I am showered and changed and hair blow dried. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my chickpea and veggie salad, and then I think while I eat lunch I'm gonna catch up on some YouTube or some booktube videos that are in my watch later, and then I'll probably do some reading and catch you guys up on where I am in Foundryside. Okay, so here are the ingredients for my chickpea and veggie salad. You can put whatever vegetables you want. I'm just gonna put tomatoes. So the base is a half cup of chickpeas and sweet corn, and then tomatoes. Sometimes I'll put mushrooms. I know you can also put cucumber, but I find that cucumber has a really strong taste, and I don't really like mixing it with other stuff. And then for the dressing, you kind of just make your own. It's olive oil, apple cider vinegar, honey, lemon juice, and then you can put any type of cheese you want on top to taste. So it's a really easy veggie salad to make, and it has the chickpeas, which has a ton of protein. Hey guys, so I was just about to update you on my reading, and I literally just put my book down when this monster decided to come over and lay on me. So I'm gonna attempt to talk while he is doing what he does. But I just finished part 1 of Foundryside, and it's like page 220, so I'm almost halfway through, and we got introduced to some more characters, which was nice because originally we were just reading from Sansia's perspective. So we now have the perspective of Gregor, and Gregor is a constable, and he's also a member of this merchant house. There are 4 main merchant houses that kind of run this country, and he's almost like a heir or a prince to this merchant house, and his name is Gregor, and he is working as kind of like a constable because that's what he wanted to do. And he is investigating the theft of this artifact that happened at the beginning of the book. So we get to read from his perspective, and he's chasing Sansia, and Sansia keeps averting him and using all of her tricks. And eventually they do come together and have to trust each other. So I think it's going to be like a hate to lovers friendship, maybe romance, I'm not sure. But I'm finding that I like having more characters. And then we also get introduced to a character called Orso, and every single merchant house hires someone that is like a master scriber, someone that can write these sigils on objects in order to make them defy their own reality, and they're very powerful, and that is House Dandolo, Gregor's house's main guy. So we find out how he's involved in the plot and how he was originally the one who knew about this artifact that Sansia stole, and just all this stuff surrounding that. So we got introduced to some more characters for which I'm really glad, and I'm definitely liking the story a lot more. It's picked up. It's very action-packed, like constant action. So I wish there was a little downtime, but I am definitely liking the story more. I'm liking the characters. We are just, every single chapter, I feel like more information is revealed about the magic system and the folklore of the world, which had to do with these angel-like beings. I think it's pronounced hierophants, who were like the original scribers and created this magic ability, and it said that, you know, they knew how to write things into existence using this magical ability. So the magic system is definitely becoming more complicated, and it's definitely picking up. So I'm glad that I'm at the 50% mark. So it's about 4 o'clock now, if I didn't say that, and it's raining. It just randomly started raining. So I think I'm gonna go make some coffee, and I may or may not continue reading. I actually did want to do some writing tonight. I have gotten back into working on the novel that I started about a year ago. Kind of took some time off, but I'm feeling good about starting working on it again. So I figured that now was a good time to write. So I think I'm going to do some writing, and then I might get back to reading. I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done tomorrow, because we are going to IKEA. My husband is renovating his upstairs office. I'm sorry, I have a cat in my face. And he wants to get some furniture for it, so we're gonna go to IKEA and do that. And then the guys came this morning to clean our upstairs carpets, and they're drying. So we have to put all the furniture from those 2 bedrooms back into the bedrooms. So I think tomorrow, for a Saturday, is gonna be extremely busy, and I don't really know how much reading I'm going to get done. But I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know that I am enjoying Foundryside more than I was, and I'm glad that we have these new characters, and I'm looking forward to keep reading. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I have the most spoiled cats. Tyler. Yep, the most spoiled cats. They don't even know how good they got it. Hey guys, so today is Saturday and my setup is back up. We were able to put all the furniture back in my room upstairs. We are still putting furniture in my husband's office because we're going to be renovating that room, and the contractor is coming on Tuesday to give us an estimate. So all of the furniture and stuff that was in that room is in the other guest bedroom. And some of my stuff is in there too, and there's just like so much stuff in there, we can't get in there to get the rest of the stuff in this room. There's like a rocking chair and a nightstand, but that's okay. I have my reading chair and my library, so I'm happy. But just kind of a fun update. So when I started this vlog, I said it was like my last week of summer vacation because I was going back to work on Monday. Well, Monday technically isn't the first day for teachers. It's what's called a curriculum workshop, and it's a week before all the teachers come back, and only some of the teachers do the curriculum workshop. So I got an email from our curriculum coordinator saying that we're not going back this Monday. Instead of working 5 days, we're only going to work 2 days. So I thought I was going to have to work all next week, and I'm just going to have to work 2 days. So I will probably be able to do another like vlog while still on my summer vacation, since most of the week I'll be home. So I'm really excited to go back to work and go back to school. I cannot believe that I have not been in front of a classroom and students since March. That's just mind-boggling to me. So I'm very excited to get back to work and get started, even though technically the kids don't start till September 2nd. So I still have like another 3 weeks to go. So I'm gonna switch gears. I did end up finishing Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett, and I actually ended up really liking this. At first, I was a little bit hesitant. It was a little bit hard for me to get into, just because it started off action-packed and that action didn't stop, and we didn't really have a chance to like slow down and get to know the characters. And while that's still the case, I found that this world was just so interesting, and the magic system is really what did it for me. So in this world, magic is kind of like binary code for computers currently. Codes known as sigils can be written on these iron plates, which can command objects to do things, to defy their reality, to go against gravity, to think that their mass is heavier than it actually is. So it reminded me a lot of like binary code, writing commands for computers to do something. And I think that's where he got his inspiration from, which I thought was a really interesting take on magic. And one of the things I did like about this book is that our antagonist, there are several antagonists in this book, and it's one of those books where you think it's one person, but it's actually someone else, and then there's actually like a third component to all of this conflict. And the antagonist is kind of like an AI. It is something that was been written with this magical code to think it was a god and all powerful, so it reminded me of like a rogue AI. So I feel like this is a cyberpunk fantasy, which is like nothing I've ever read. So just the world was incredibly just unique, and it's definitely, in my personal opinion, very allegorical for technology in the world of information that we live in today. So that's really what gripped me about this story. Really, the only thing I didn't like was I didn't feel really connected to any of the characters. I didn't feel like the characters were anything special, but good magic system, good world, kind of generic plot. But I would say if you like Six of Crows for YA and you're looking to like transition into an adult fantasy, if you like Six of Crows, I would definitely check this out. Or if you liked The Lies of Locke Lamora, I would definitely check this out. But yeah, a lot of fun, and I'm very excited to get to Shorefall, which is the second book. I did not mean for that review to go that long. And then I'm still reading Words of Radiance, and I am on chapter 24 now, page 303. So I think for Stormalong, we have to get to chapter 20 by the 13th. So I'm caught up where I need to be for the read along, and then we're supposed to get to page 500 and something by the end of the month. So I know that I'll be able to read another 200 pages of Words of Radiance in the next couple weeks, and then I'll finish this in September. So I'm really excited that I was able to finish over 550 pages during this reading vlog. I think I counted it, it was like 560. That's awesome. I wasn't expecting to do that, and now I'm able to pick up another book. So we'll see what I want to read next. I'm thinking Vengeful, but I'm a mood reader, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, so that is my reading vlog. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read Foundryside and what you thought of it, or if you're interested in reading it, or if you kind of thought that the technology fantasy mix, if you saw that, if you read it. And also let me know if you're participating in Stormalong also, because I would love to talk to you about Words of Radiance and what's going on there. So all right, guys, I will see you in another vlog. Goodbye.